Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough. I keep saying that, but it is. I guess it is The Last Defense Academy. I say it every single time and then trip myself up when I say it. But, like, it is, like, kind of, like, in a way, all part of, like, one playthrough, I feel like. So I think it is okay to say that in some way. We just finished the battle where we saved Ava, and now we're going back to our room. I'm all worn out. In spite of my fatigue, I couldn't sleep. I just lay in the bed painfully awake. Too much had happened tonight. My body was still on high alert. My mind was racing too. I had a lot to think about. Most of my thoughts centered on the prisoner, Ava. She called herself. We were finally going to get a chance to sit down and talk to a commander. Yeah, with actually like our own language this time, right? And like understand them. We'd be able to learn so much from her. Not just military intel, but maybe clues about what the invaders really were too. I really need to rest first though. 100%. That's one thing you make sure to do. Having successfully defended the school and secured a few days of peace, my 21st day at the Last Defense Academy drew to a close. The battle system's so fun in this game that, like, you know, I always say, like, it's just, I sometimes enjoy going through the battles. This is going to be a... Oh. I thought it was going to be like a flashback with Kako or something. You know when we usually, like, pause during sleep? As I slowly started to come awake, I wondered how long I'd been asleep. I couldn't tell, but it felt like I'd slept a lot longer than usual. It's the afternoon anyway. What time is it? I struggled to sit up, tentatively raising my head until I could see the clock on the wall. It was already past midday. I'm pretty late today. What else did I expect? Late to bed, late to rise. Guess I'll go to the cafeteria after all. Dad, I'm really hungry now. I mean, yeah, like, after such a long day, sometimes sleeping in is like, here's the thing, like, I, like, think that generally... For me, the days I wake up later the next day are usually the days where I have a longer day the day before. You know, then like generally that what's happens sometimes. Now I'm very lucky in my position. I don't want to be like, I'm so lucky, but it is true. I am very lucky that like if I wake up late, it just means I have to record an hour later. You know what I mean? It's different from, you know, other jobs and stuff like that. I know I just had a bunch of people just be like, I can't even listen to this. You know, if it's true, I know I'm lucky. I know I'm a lucky person. Are you only going to eat breakfast now? You're awfully late. With everything that happened last night, it took me a while to get to sleep. I see. You know, I'm a little worried about keeping the prisoner so close to EITO. I said this too. A traitor and enemy commander could cause a lot of trouble together if they put their minds to it. I expect you to keep a close eye on them, team leader. Again, those expectancies from Hiroko. Before I could answer, Hiroko strode briskly away. Great. One more odd job to add to my list. But these are pretty important. And again, I think Takumi's starting to feel like, you know, people are putting a lot on him. I hope that he does understand that it is genuinely trust. Like, when Ima came to us about his problems with Kako, regardless of how you feel about that situation, I felt it was a very sweet moment because we actually had, like, this thing where it's like Ima trusts Takumi. You know what I mean? In that moment, he fully trusts Takumi and wants to talk and thinks Takumi's the one who can solve this, you know? Hey! Morning, Takumi. Or should I say afternoon? We're really having a late one today, huh? Good morning, Moko. Where's everyone else? I think you're still asleep. Last night's... Oh, really? Last night's battle really took it out of them, so everyone else is still asleep, too. You look totally fine, though. Guess all the time travel experiences pay off. And can we be, like, completely honest as well? Like, well, I know this is probably not what they're going to say, but, like, for me personally, like, even if... I know they're in a cage. There is still something to it that someone that tried to kill us is in the building, right? Like, as we speak. So there is a bit of nervousness there, too, knowing that they escaped before, knowing what happened to Ima. I would make me nervous, right? Honestly. You don't look too tired yourself. Is that because you're a wrestling experience? Yeah, I guess I'm no stranger to late night bouts. Gotta get ready to take on any challenger anytime. This war, though, it really sucks, you know? It's gone on way too long. You think we could just talk it out with the invaders and end it that way? Talk it out? I know the Vesh's gal tricked us into your future, but she's not around anymore. Maybe the rest of us invaders aren't so bad. And we've got no one in the courtyard we can talk to now. Can I say... we got one in the courtyard we can talk to. Can I say this as well, though? And we know in our route, the second route we did, what happened. Vesh just came back. Right? Even after the bomb. So... I'm still doubtful. Somehow I doubt it'll be that easy, but I guess there's no harm in asking her. I'll see what she has to say after I'm done here. That's the spirit. We got to at least try to resolve all this peacefully, right, Nigo? Yes, indeed. Quite. I ate a quick breakfast while Moko regaled me with wrestling stories and trivia. Love that. Love that. When I was done, I headed back to my room. I genuinely do love wrestling trivia and wrestling stuff. Usually with me, when people start me on talking about wrestling, I'll never stop talking it out. I never considered that an option before, but with Vestius gone, who knows? Our primary goal here is to save the planet from world death, after all, and the invaders are a symptom, not the cause. True. Very interesting way of putting it as well. Yeah, the invaders are what's happening, but like whoever's causing the invaders to do this is not the invaders themselves, it's world death. Even if we can't reach a peaceful resolution, I'm sure the prisoner can tell us something useful, yes. I should go talk to her soon. It's just too bad EITO will be there too, you know? You never know what he's going to do next. Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be like in the back of our mind, right? All the time. Or at least like in the... EITO's in the room. So no matter what, we're going to be like talking to the prisoner and EITO's going to be like, oh, what are you talking about over there? Love and peace. I know he's not doing that now, but, you know. Whoa. EITO's asleep at this time of day? Interesting. Works for me. At least I won't have to worry about him butting in. EITO, we know from our route that EITO, like, would literally, like, I know he would hide under a bed to listen to our conversations. I have no doubt that he would pretend to be asleep for 2 days if it meant that, like, he was going to hear someone's conversation here with the prisoner, with Ava. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, she's sweating. When I approached her cage, the captain commander scurried back a little, keeping a wary eye. Of course, this makes perfect sense. You are, it's generally like a, you know, you're a prisoner during this battle. Like, you're still not going to feel like, oh, I could totally trust these people. What is it? What do you want? Like, of course you're going to be scared, right? Don't be scared. I'm not here to hurt you. Your name is Ava, right? Can I talk to you for a minute? About what? This is going to sound weird, but do you think there's any way to end this war besides our two armies trying to wipe each other out? A way to end the war? If there was, we'd have tried a long time. Wait, so Ava's saying that, like, even on the other side, she's thinking that, like, a lot of the commanders, if they could not fight, they wouldn't? Is that what she's saying? We didn't want this war. We didn't want any of this. I hate fighting. Most of us do. And we got... Now it, like, makes sense as well. Like, the conversation, remember the duo of the ones who loved each other? They didn't want to lose their family or lose each other. It makes perfect sense that, like, she's saying this. Like, I fully believe this in a lot of ways. A lot of the commanders don't want to fight, you know? But they've been told to fight in some way. For a moment, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. We've been thinking of invaders as mindless soldiers and weird monsters for so long. And here was one claiming they hated fighting. Well, like, I think that they genuinely... I'm not saying that... By the way, I want to make it clear. It's not immoral to do what the Defense Academy was doing in defending themselves. It's not. It's really not. But what I'm saying is the dual commanders who loved each other, for example, who were... they talked about their family and the child they had back home and all this stuff as well. I'm sure if they were given the option to end this war peacefully and how everyone could be happy... They probably might too. And again, I want to make it clear as well. I want to make it perfectly clear. I have to make, every time I say this thing where it's like, you know, oh, Ava wants to end the war peacefully and all this stuff as well. There's something that has forced them to do this, right? Now, if it's a bad reason, we'll call it out and be like, well, you're still killing people. You know what I mean? You're still trying to slaughter people. You're still trying to slaughter us. Darumi is dead. You know what I mean? Darumi is dead. Now, Kyoshika, obviously, like, you know, Kyoshika made a sacrifice, but Kyoshika's gone too. In our timeline, so many other people died as well in other timelines. You know, we have to look at it from that perspective as well. It's a very complicated situation, right? It definitely is very, very complicated. But I definitely like to hear the reason that they feel like they have to fight. That's the important part, right? Because we can say like, oh, they don't want to fight, they don't want to do this, but we have to know the reason why they are fighting then. Right? Because I think most people who like, hopefully most people who ever have gone to like a battle would be like, man, I wish I was at home. You'd hope. But there's some horrible people out there that don't wish that, you know?
So why did you start this war?
Wait, what? Wait, what? What?
Huh.
Why did you attack us? What are you talking about? If you hadn't invaded, Wait, what? If you hadn't invaded, they think we're the invaders? Oh my god, we would never have to fight like this. Hold on a minute, what do you mean invaded? You're the invaders here. This is our home. We're only trying to stop you from wiping us out. We're trying to protect the earth. Oh my god, they think we're invaders. To protect Earth? What just happened? Did someone get a shock?
Huh? Well, what's going on?
No. What? No. Is that Saray's hand? Look at the little paw.
Why did you do that?
Stop.
Aren't you two on the same side?
Stop.
I don't understand.
If that was Saray. It's Saray's hand. Look, it's the white paw. Or it's Nigo. It could be Nigo too. We're about to find out something big there. What in the freaking... What?
Hey, what's that you're reading?
And we got a flashback with Katawa then as well. I love that. They're always so stylish. But like, legitimately, like, from the perspective of the invaders, or at least what they've been told, is that we're the invaders. That we attacked first. And there was truth in her eyes. She looks sad about it. Why would you do this?
Some old
What are
book I found in the library. It's got stuff about the world outside the complex.
I think we had this scene before as well, by the way. But to talk about as well, if that was a white rounded hand, right, holding a shot, this shock stick or whatever, or what you call them things, the stun guns, I think they're called. So, and if that is Saray's hand, right, and if we can figure this out, because again, from the player's perspective, right, that's a white rounded hand, right? That's Saray or Nigo. So that means we know that in the process of us trying to find out something about, or about to find something about the invasion, and we're about to literally find out about the truth of what they feel and how they see this battle, we were shocked. Which means that information was either so important or so true that Saray didn't want us knowing about it. That solidifies, to me that solidifies how true it could be. Right? If Saray had to stop us in that moment, that means he believed that information was at the very least dangerous to us. That could stop us from fighting maybe or something like that. To me, it's the same thing as someone trying to like cover up something like in a way that's like if you oh, are you cheating on me, right? The person who's not cheating would go like, of course I'm not cheating on you, right? Of course I'm not, right? But then imagine you saw them like deleting every message in their phone, and it's like, well, I know now. It's like, well, you can't just say, well, no, I just deleted this because I do this. This is what it feels like. If Saray came in and was like, why are you telling him this? This is not true. Think about this. Tell me what she did in the other timeline. He could have said that. No, he was so worried, it seems, about what she was about to say that he had to electroshock us. He had to. Holy hell.
The world outside? What's the point in reading about that?
There doesn't have to be a point to everything. I just think it's neat.
Their clothes are so... Whenever they go to pick up their clothes, they're so nice. Generally, they are. Oh my god, look at her smile.
Kathy, did you know they have these things called seasons?
Seasons.
Out there?
Well, I love seasons. Apart from summer. I'm not a big fan of summer because it gets very warm. And I'm milk bottle pale. Burned to a crisp.
I told you not to call me that at school. It's embarrassing.
And this was so funny. I think if we did get this scene before, it's been a while, but like, he'd do anything to have her call her Taki in school now, you know?
It gets colder or warmer or darker or lighter depending on the time of year. And it all goes around in a cycle.
It's a very beautiful thing to me, honestly, like, you know?
So it keeps changing? I mean, that sounds like it'd be really annoying.
I don't know, I love winter.
They've got rain too. Water that falls right out of the sky. And sometimes it freezes and turns into something called sleet.
I want to like see, you know, I know it's not like his fault at all, because again, I'm not trying to say Takami's ruined this situation. They're closer than like, you know, we ever even know. So like they know how they react to each other and they love each other. But like it's, you know, you get that feel too where I want to like grab and be like, please cherish these moments, please.
Other times, the wind and the rain get really strong. They call that a storm. In some parts of the world, storms get so bad, they can even blow buildings over.
I can't even imagine that. The outside world sounds dangerous.
Yep, it is. And like then, I suppose our world became dangerous too at some point.
It's a good thing we don't have to worry about all that stuff. Here in the complex, everything's nice and safe. And nothing ever changes.
Oh my god, we know the biggest changes are to come. Like the biggest moments are to come as well.
You're so boring, Tacky. Don't you ever get tired of knowing what's gonna happen all the time?
And again, it's that adventurous spirit that Kako had as well, you know? For sure.
Where's your sense of adventure?
You know, you're the only one in our whole class who thinks like that.
Yeah, but I loved every time we hear about Kako. Legitimately so.
So what? I'm free to like what I like, aren't I?
Yeah.
And I think the outside world sounds really cool.
I agree. I think it's amazing.
You're so weird.
And again, it's unusual for a character to want to care about the stuff outside of the complex, right? So that's why, like, to us now, it's like Takami's kind of the weird one in this situation to us, but to everyone else in the classroom, Kako was the weirder one, you know? Not that I think she's weird. I think it's amazing. Her adventure spirit is always so cute, and amazing, honestly. Are we gonna wake up in our bed? Like, I have
prepare. Be ready to
I have a suspect. Like, even if I didn't see who did it, I have a suspect in mind. Who else could it be? That's crazy. He dragged us back to bed. No one saw this. And our dream about Kako, the exact same one as last time too. It feels like something happened before that though. Was it in our dream? Wait, we forgot? No. No. I feel kind of weird today. I suppose I'll go to the cafeteria like normal. No, frick. I am going to be... I will never trust Saray. Saray is, as far as I'm concerned, Saray is enemy number one. And you too. Good morning, Mr. Stewart. You sweating? How are you feeling? Oh, how am I feeling? Why would I be feeling any different? Can I experience the headaches or did... You! That's oddly specific. I'm fine though. My head's a little fuzzy is all. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I must get back to my duties. This academy isn't going to clean itself. Get out of my sight. You guys are done to me. What's up with him? Done. These guys are done. I obviously didn't trust them at all anyway. You know what I mean? Wait, oh no. That is such a scary way they're showing this off. He's doing the thing to Ava right now, isn't he? That is such a scary way they're showing it off. Oh my god, I do not like Saray. Can we like bust it and stop? I know we can't. That's very creative, but it's very scary. What they're doing there with that. Very creative, but scary. I arrived at the cafeteria and found out I was already there. I can never trust Saray again. And Nigo made it obvious there as well, right? Obviously, Takami doesn't know this. I arrived at the cafeteria and found out I was already there. Good morning, Takami. Morning, you're all here before me, huh? I pretty much slept the whole day yesterday, so I woke up hungry all heck. By the way, if Saray does this thing and erases her mind, which he is going to do that 100%, that's why he's there in the infirmary with her 100%, right? Whatever way he spins it, to me, it's from the perspective of this team, it goes against, how do I say it? It goes against proper strategy. Finding out more information about the invaders is what we want. So that just proves that like he doesn't want us to know more about the invaders, right? It doesn't help us. Yes, we have a new person on the battlefield, great, but it doesn't help us with information at all if Ava is just transformed. Her cognition is changed. Her memories are changed. I pretty much slept all day yesterday, so I woke up hungry as heck. Oh heck. Did you sleep through yesterday too, Takami? Yeah, that's right. I spent the whole day in bed. No, we didn't. We gotta... Wait, what about EITO? Did EITO see something? What are you talking about? You came here and had a brunch with me in the afternoon. Exactly. Thank you, Moko. I did? You don't remember? Did there a special time to get to mean so little to you? Maybe he's just tired. The reason why no one saw anything is because they were all still in bed as well. The game thinks of everything. Maybe he's just tired. I'm still freaking groggy myself. Does that mean you don't remember the power cut? The power cut? I'll take that as a no. Not that it really matters. It didn't last long anyway. I feel like I go right back to bed and sleep through the rest of the day too. Honestly, you're all hopeless. If missing your bedtime does this to you, I dread to think of how you'll cope when you're faced with real hardship. Wait, the mask is off and I'm kind of being very forward. You sure you're not feeling tired as well? Looks like you forgot something important. Something important? Don't look at me. Oh my god, with that fresh hairstyle. Kadara dashed out of the room with all the force and speed of a cannonball, trying in vain to hide her face with her hands. And talk to me, you know what happened to the prisoner? What do you mean? I went to check on her this morning, but she wasn't in her cage. Because we know what's gonna happen. We know what's gonna happen. I want to say for the record, this is to me, this is hot take. To me, this is treason against our group. What Saray is doing. Hot take. It's not treason against the Academy because the Academy wants this clearly if Saray is doing this. But it's betraying us and our trust. 100%. I say that we just ignore me repeatedly. Wait, can we talk to EITO? Where'd you go to talk to her yesterday? Was she still... Moko, you saint. You beautiful angel. Thank you so much. I spoke to the prisoner yesterday? I don't remember that. If you're looking for the prisoner, Saray took her to the infirmary. Why? Why is she sick? He says something about her needing emergency treatment. No one's allowed in until they finish. It's so... Oh my god. I feel so helpless. But I stand by what I'm saying in that this is a betrayal of our team. It is. And our trust. Emergency treatment, what happened to her? Beats me, I'm just repeating what I heard. If she needs surgery, maybe they'll help, they'll let me help then. Don't tell me she's going to die right after we went all to that trouble sparing her. No, but he's going to make sure we can't ask her any questions or find out anything about her. Who cares? It's not like she's our friend or anything. Here's the thing, I totally get that 100%, Kako. And again, we said this before, from the perspective of this team, for them to be like, just get rid of her. We said this last time. It's not something that I'm like totally like against or think they're evil for thinking. Why wouldn't they think this way? You know? Why wouldn't they have that idea of like, who cares? But she's still a living person that I don't think we should do that cognition thing on her. The changing of the... Is that what it's called? What's it called again? It's like a changing of your cognition. I don't think anyone should have to go through that personally. Regardless of you know what I mean? Of that stuff afterwards or whatever. And also at the same time, it doesn't help us at all. She's more helpful if she's of sound mind. You know? I had to wash my mouth. Wash my mouth out with soap for that? I think you're thinking the other phrasing. Well, Saray's taking care of it. We don't need to worry. We just let him handle it. And again, I said it. I don't have to say it. You know, people, Gaku defense squad. Legitimately, Gaku and everyone else has a 100% a right to be like, F her. Right? Because it's like she tried to kill us. But I still don't agree with that cognition change. And also, killing her right now would be so silly. You know what I mean? At this stage. You know what I mean? It's unusual to say something like that. Wait. Is it? Wait. Because we're not always like fully trusting of Saray. Because I didn't see Kako or Ima. They're not here today. Looks like they're on the outs again. Are you serious? She's gonna make them get along already. Did he do something to our brain as well? Siblings fighting story. They're so last century. What's the next? A ladder match without a flaming table full of barbed wire? This is, death matches. Happens all the time. This isn't wrestling. You can't just book a reconciliation and expect it to happen instantly. And actually, the Hardys were brothers and they had a match at WrestleMania 25, which was brother versus brother, which ended with Jeff jumping over a 20-foot ladder, landing on his butt on the ground, and then Matt doing a twist of fate through a chair onto Jeff and beating him that way. It's going to be a problem if they keep fighting, though. You're right. I love that Hiroko noticed that we wouldn't usually say that about Saray, by the way. I ate a little breakfast and made a polite conversation for a while, then headed back to my room to think about everything. Did he do something? He better not have done something to our head. Saray taking care of the prisoners, so I should just focus on Kako and Ima? If they can't cooperate, it's going to be a problem for all of us. There has to be something I can do. We have, okay, it's free time, but we have 110% a right to ask Saray. We're dying for this academy and dying for this stuff. We have 100% a right to be like, Saray, what's happening? Right? I think we have a right to ask. I don't think we can, I don't know if we'll be able to talk to Ima now because of the circumstances as well. So should we choose a different character to like, to do free time with for a bit? Hiroko maybe might be interesting. Because you know the way, like, if you, like, I'm worried with the we could try it out, but I'm thinking with the Nozomi thing that they wouldn't let us do it because of the story. Would they let us do it now because of Ima? Do we have to wait until later in the story to talk to Ima as well? Because they're in a story beat as well. That wouldn't make sense for them to talk to us right now. They're not even on the map. I wonder. Yeah, I just 100% think that they would all have a right to go and ask Saray what's happening. And he could see, and here's the thing, he's trying to definitely take more control in this route. It to the point that like I'm actually like close to feeling like he's like, well, not even close. Right now I do feel like he is like against us. You know what I mean? And if he does this to Ava, it is 100% against their best interests. I fully believe that 100%. That's my take on that. That's my take on that. I'm going to get up the list of stuff again that I had here as well. And as a lovely patron pointed out to me, that you can find out all this stuff just by doing it, you know what I mean, as well. Like, it's actually not that, it's actually really intuitive, this game, the way they do things. But it's also like one of those things where, like, I'm also Let's Playing, so maybe it's like a thing we can just find out this way, you know what I mean? But yeah, they were so right. Jamie Bull, actually, who's in the credits all the time, said that, and I do agree with them. So if we go to like, let's see something first of all. So if we go with Ima, the mini standee is what we can make. So let's say we make the mini standee and see if they can even like have a conversation with us right now, because it seems like they're not even on the map. Right? And if that's the case, I want to talk to Hiroko. I really want to have a chat with Hiroko about some stuff. They're not available to talk to right now, just as I thought. Yep, that makes sense. So then I guess we can go with who's available to talk to. There's Takamata, Hiroko, Tsubasa, Gaku. We already have Gaku full bonding event. Shoma, Nozomi can't talk to her now for some reason. Karada, Yugumu, Moko. I want to talk to Hiroko. I want to have a conversation with Hiroko, honestly. So let's see. Hiroko likes wine, apparently. A Yoguava with a scented candle. Let's see if we have any of this stuff. We might not have anything for her, honestly. You never know with them what I have. Wine. We have to get aromatic grapes. Okay. Is there anything else? So if we have nothing for her, we're gonna have to talk to her maybe as well, or maybe we have to just get aromatic grapes and stuff like that. Scented candle, glasses stand. Oh, we have glasses stand, right? I remember seeing the glasses stand. Watching me be very wrong. I remember seeing something like glasses stand. Maybe we don't have the materials for it. No, maybe not. No. Why did I think we had glasses? Oh, there it is. It is literally right there in front of me. Why did I think we have the thing that we have? That's so crazy. It's crazy we have the thing that we actually have. How is she gonna react?
For me? I see. Thank you. This makes me happy.
Hearing Hiroko say this means the world. Means the whole world. So we're going to be talking to Hiroko then and giving her some gifts then. I guess if we can keep making the glasses stand, I guess, as well. Yeah, I'm like, and here's the thing, right? Like, the Saray thing, obviously, from Takumi's perspective, Saray is... we don't know what happened with Saray, but I wonder if they did something to her brain because we can't remember what happened. Now, that does happen sometimes if, like, you're... Because I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think emotionally your brain will try to protect you from some stuff as well, so... there's a possibility that, like, our brain could just be blocking out what happened that time. But I wonder if he actually did something to us. And if he did do something to us, that's, like, even more of a violation as well. It's horrible. It really is.
For me? I see. Thank you. This makes me happy.
I'm supposed to come up with, like, some reason I gave you this, like, as a joke all the time, you know, every single time. I mean, as a real thing. But, like, you know, when I say, like, the thing about Kako and Kako, you know, which is a real thing, by the way. Every time it's real. In terms of, like, when someone, like, a ghost hands me something and says, give it to the cutest character ever, they're adorable, and we give it to, like, you know, Kako or Kako, you know? But, like, I feel like just, like, she's just, like, lighting up my day by hearing at all, in any way, Hiroko just say something like, this makes me happy. You know what I mean? It's a big deal. I feel like, you know, she's, doing something for us in this sense. Every time I see him now, I'm just like, what you did. I know it was him. I know it was him or Nigo. 100%. It's the time again. I guess I'll rest up for tomorrow. But before I could get to my bed, something stopped me in my tracks. My chest started to feel warm, like, oh, the FB. It was a sensation I felt before. I knew what it meant. Is that you? You're there, aren't you?
How did you know? I just kind of sensed you. Maybe it's my hemo-anima reacting to you. It's been a while. I heard making the bomb really tired you out, though.
I think every time I have an interaction with FB, it just, like, equally breaks my heart and makes me happy. I love talking to FB, and I really want, like... I want to do right by them all the time.
Is that why you haven't appeared since then?
That's part of it. But Saray said I shouldn't come
Saray
see
is
you
like,
anymore.
this route, Saray is taking control.
But you're here now. Are you sure you won't get in trouble?
Maybe. But there's something that's been bothering me. I wanted to talk to you about.
Now, this might be a similar thing to what... No, because we never talked to him on this day before. We never talked to him on this day. We just haven't. What is it? You know what? Saray took the prisoner to the infirmary, right? Oh my god. Thank you, FB. FB's going to reveal something now. Apparently, she needs some kind of emergency treatment. Even if that's true. So as far as I know, there isn't anything that can be used to treat the sick or injured. Right, because we just have the Revive-O-Matic, right? There's just a Revive-O-Matic, which only works after someone's dead. So why did Saray choose to take her there of all places? Very, 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 very worried about this. Well, we know what it is, but you know what I mean? Like, what the outcome is going to be of all this, I mean. I don't get it. What's there to worry about? Saray's behavior concerns. I think he's doing something in secret, something you might not like. Really, Saray? That can't be right. Saray always has her best interest in mind. If he really is doing something behind our backs, I'm sure he's a good... No, what the hell are we saying it this way? We went from not trusting him to feel this way. They did something to us, right? They must have. In fact, he's probably doing something so we won't have to... This sickens me. This makes me sick. Won't have to worry about whatever it is. This makes me sick. He's a commanding officer. We just... Oh my god, this makes me sick. We should just trust him. Oh my god. Right, well, if you're okay with it, I guess it's fine. No, it's not. More importantly, I'm sorry I haven't come up with a name for you yet. I really want to introduce you to everyone first, but with Saray so against it, it might have been kind of hard. I think as well for FB, they looked at us as like, you know, someone who like didn't fully trust Saray as well. And probably in their mind as well, they're thinking, wait, what? Why are you feeling this way? And not only that, but like, does that mean that they're not going to go against Saray as much to try and give me like a bit more of a life here, you know? They're probably going, that's what all of that is probably going through their mind. That's too bad. I really like the chance to spend some time with you, all of you, at least once. Dear Lord, this conversation is making me feel a certain way. Like, I feel sick that, like, something happened to Takumi where he's talking about how he trusts Saray so dearly now. And I wonder if it is some sort of thing that they did like they did to EITO or tried to do to EITO and stuff like that as well. We have to talk to EITO. I need to talk to EITO to see what he knows. You know what I mean? And I feel like we should... Like, I'd go there right away, but then again... I'm not in this situation, and I'm not someone who like is wary of what EITO was like. With a strangely sorrowful look on his face, the ghost boy disappeared into thin air. I don't know why, but I feel kind of guilty. I get that he wants to be a real member of the team, but if Saray forbids it... No! Takumi! Takumi! If Saray forbids it! Who gives a damn what he forbids? And so it's messing with his head. It's something was done to his mind. The current fell on my 23rd day at the Last Defense Academy for the second time. Who, and I know like I'm like acting big man here or whatever, but who gives a damn what Saray forbids?
Get prepared. Be ready to get.
I can't look at him the same way ever again. I mean, we already... Oh, it's raining. Like, I should get up. Just as the beginning of my morning routine. Oh. Who's that? Someone else wanted advice? I've been dealing with a lot ever since I became team leader. I wonder who it would be this time. I do love that people come to him, though, you know? Sure enough, one of my friends was waiting for me at the door, but I was surprised when I saw who it was. Argal, how are you doing? Kako. Talk to me. May I talk to you for a little while? As much as you want. As much as you want. Sure, come in, make yourself comfortable. Thank you. With a timid little bow, Kako shuffled in. I closed the door behind her. Whatever she wants to talk about, we'll give her the day. So what's been going on with you? We missed you at breakfast the last few days. A big thing happened during that battle. I don't know how to feel anymore. Okay. Is there anything that, in this situation, I'd be like, you know, if someone says that to me, I'd be like, okay, so is there a certain situation? And we know what the situation. And I think it would just, the question would be, well, how do you feel right now? You know?
Huh?
But I guess like she's asking us like, should I feel this way or whatever, I guess. We'll see. Is this about you and Ima? Until we came here, I always had to do whatever my dear brother told me. Yeah. I thought this was my big chance to change that. I wanted to get stronger to finally stand on my own 2 feet as my own person. The more actual experience I got, that feeling kept getting more and more intense. And that's why I started getting frustrated at Ima for treating you like a little kid. Which makes sense. You can follow the line there, right? You know? Of like, you know, she deserves to have independence. We said this before. We've been Team Kako Independence for a while. And in the first route, we kind of got the perfect iteration of that, which was them working together to support each other. But obviously, we don't have that same situation this time. I just found everything he did so annoying, so I might have been meaner towards him than he deserved. It might, and again, I think that's what it was. I think it's your frustrations with this position you're in and the situation. So instead of thinking about like how much you love him, in that moment you were thinking about all the stuff that is negative about him. Sounds like teenage rebellion or something like it. We've all been there. But I do think that like for Kako, you know, finding people to look up to, feeling a little bit independent, this is something that is important. It's so important in people's lives, right? This idea of feeling independent. And I think it's very easy once you go onto something new and you look back on the past and you have a new experience, a new life, to look back in the past and see like a lot of the stuff is like, you know, negative. And it was like she went through a lot of hardships. She, you know, the negativity that she felt was like, oh, I'm never gonna be able to like branch out by myself. And then what happens then is that clouds obviously the other stuff that could happen, which is like, oh, Ima always protected me. Ima always made sure I was safe. But as we said, she has a right to like branch out on her own, you know? But even with the way I treated him, my dear brother didn't hesitate to sacrifice himself for you because he adores you just like you adore him. And you know you do. You're just trying to find yourself. I don't understand it. Why would he go that far? I feel like all of us in the audience and Takumi and everyone who's in this world apart from Kako would be able to just like, it's self-explanatory. He adores Kako. She's his world. But obviously she doesn't see it that way. He just cares about you that much. It was the same in my timeline. Yeah, he does. And I know you care too. I know you feel the same about him. Yeah, you probably just haven't noticed it yet. 100%. It's hard. Man, and the way she's saying I don't know how to feel anymore, it's like this feeling of I want to be independent, but also I don't want to be mean to Ima. And that can be kind of confusing because it's like, do I have to be mean to Ima to be independent, you know? How can you be so sure? Because I saw you acting when you lost him. Yeah, Jesus, what a thing to bring up.
Come on, Ima.
That was a tough situation. That was so tough.
Brother dearest, I'm begging you. Open your eyes. Do you think you could kill my brother?
Yeah, she was going.
Filthy mouth.
She was so frustrated, so angry.
Just die already.
In my future, when Ima died, you were absolutely devastated. In that version, you could see now. What do you think she'd say? There's still time, Kako. It's not too late for you to make up with me. Of course, and that's the thing. When she said I don't know how to feel, I think she's she's probably thinking I can't have my cake and eat it too, which is, I always felt like I never liked that phrase. I know what it means, it's like, but like, I always didn't like it because it's like, yes, I can. You know what I mean? Why not? And in this sense, it's like you can still be close with your brother, but also explain to him that you want to be independent and branch out and be yourself and support each other. You know what I mean? There's ways to do this. You can have people you look up to. There's other people in the world you can like look up to. I know she like admires Takumi quite a bit as well, or at least in the other timeline she did. You know what I mean? It's like the world teaches you that you can't have sometimes the best of both worlds, right? And sometimes, especially if you're someone like Kako who went through some of the biggest hardships in this world, you're thinking to yourself, it has to be upsetting. It has to be one or the other. If you went to Ima right now and said, Ima, I'm sorry that I was a bit harsh with you, and then explain why you felt you had to be harsh. I was annoyed by you. I really just wanted to branch out on my own and be my own person, but I felt like you couldn't let me do that or weren't going to let me do that fully. So I did something during the battle that I kind of regret. I shouldn't have done it. But now I look back and I go, okay, I now know I didn't have to do that. But I really would like to still be independent and maybe show that I can support you as well, just as the way you support me. But I really need to show who I am as a person, as an individual as well. Now, I can say this because, again, I'm Calvin, also known as Norma, sitting in this chair analyzing characters' actions. It's not always the easiest thing in the world to say that. You know what I mean? It's not easy. And you don't have to go back to the way things were before. You can build a new... Yes, Takumi, yes. Love it. You can build a new dynamic with him that works for both of you. But I don't even know how to make up. We've never really fought before. Tell me how you feel. Be completely honest, like you were with me just now. Yeah. Tell me how I feel. Hurts her a little bit. All right, I try. I need to go think about this. Take as much time as you need. Ima will be there for you when needs be. This is the dude that like literally thought that he had to stab someone just for you. You know what I mean? And probably had to do that many times, honestly. As Kako left my room, her expression was still pretty cryptic. I couldn't be sure if I really helped her or not. I hope they figure this out. If things stay like this, neither of them will be happy. I think Takumi did the right thing. I think, as Takumi said, we're heading for breakfast. As Takumi said, be honest, and then create a new dynamic. That's the only way to really go forward, is to create that new dynamic. Because if you don't, then Kako's gonna be miserable. Like, she could go to Ima and be like, I'm sorry, Ima, I didn't mean to be harsh with you in that way, right? And then Ima will go, oh, that's fine, that's good. But then, very naturally so, like a lot of people who like, and again, Ima is someone, and I want to make it clear, cares about Kako so much, but is also a character who we know for a fact has a tough time seeing the forest from the trees. Right? We know for a fact he wasn't always very aware of how Kako felt. Just factually so, we know he was. But, right, if you, because of that, if you just said, I'm sorry that I was too harsh, I hope we can be on good terms again, he might just go back to being kind of a bit smothering again. But if you talk to him and tell him why you were annoyed, why you were frustrated, you know what I mean? And then you might get an apology from him as well, and then you have a whole situation where it goes better for everyone, you know? With one notable exception. Ima. Kako sat alone, casting furtive glances at the door. Is she waiting for Ima? Come to think of it, Shoma's not here either. I wonder what's keeping him. No sooner I thought... Oh, did you hear the footsteps, the running in the hallway outside? The door flew open.
Everyone, come quick! It's an emergency!
He did it, didn't he? Saray did it. What's up, Shoma? You're all flushed out and of breath. It's so cute. It's 8... Oh my freaking god. How? How? What do you mean he's gone? I know, There's no time to waste. Let's go to the courtyard and investigate first. Oh my god, what the hell? We all got to our feet and charged out of the cafeteria. What? No, I thought it was going to be that Saray had finished the thing with Ava, but now EITO's gone from the cage? Oh, thank goodness you're here. It's awful, simply terrible. Put your wine and tell us what happened. All I mean to say is just look over there. Is the lock broken again? I think the lock is broken off again. Like it was before with Ava. Okay, not even talking to anybody here as well. The lock is open. EITO was gone. What's going on here? Why is the cage door wide open? It casually left here, it seems. I came here this morning before breakfast to check if the prisoner was back yet. She wasn't in her cage, so I thought I'd clean up for her while she was gone. That's when I realized EITO had been lying exactly in the same position for the... Oh my god. I just assumed he was asleep, but it's weird for him to just be so unresponsive. He loves talking and messing with people. So Mr. Gazaki reported the matter to me. And what did you do about it? First, I investigated the cage itself. I turned out the lock had already been... Wait, so he's been gone for a while? He's been gone for a while. Oh, I got a chill running down my spine. The lock had been disguised to not look broken, though. Probably just so we couldn't realize what just happened. So EITO escaped even earlier? It's been days. At least, well, we haven't checked him in a while. I think so. He balled up some blankets. No, he was there when we brought in the prisoner, probably, I'd say, because people would have noticed. But then again, he might have been in bed at that point, too. He balled up some blankets and things to make it look like he was still in bed. By the time we checked inside the cage, he was long gone. That's such a classic criminal escaping for their cell trick. I never really talked to myself, but this EITO is bad news, right? Very bad news. How did you break the lock in the first place? Don't these cages disable prisoners' anima? I think he must have taken advantage of the blackout. Yes! When we got shocked, didn't notice myself, but you said the power went out for a while. The equipment that disrupts anima would have stopped functioning, giving him the opportunity to escape. You and Saray are leaders. You should have said go to the cages right away. What was up with that? So that's when he got out? Wait a minute. Even if his power powers weren't being suppressed anymore, how did he break the lock without this infuser? The infuser's just a catalyst. The power itself is already inside of you. Something like, say, a strong impact direct to your heart might be enough to bring it out. Although even then, success wouldn't be guaranteed. It's EITO. I know, like, they don't know this in the timeline, but that means EITO would just risk killing himself just for a chance to escape. EITO is the type that would do this for a chance to escape. Yes, exactly. I know him. That's a risk he'd be willing to take. Let's hurry up and search the school. We have to find him. This school is gigantic. We escaped days ago. He could be miles away. Wait a minute. We have to check the fire extinguishers then. Which let him roam free. There's no telling what he might do. Based on what you told us about him, you're probably right. In my future, he sabotaged our entire mission. Everything we did here was for nothing thanks to him. I'm not going to let that happen again. I'll do whatever it takes to stop him. We should check the 3 fire extinguishers, the bus and the door. We got to find him first. Oh, what do you want? What do you want?
A body has been discovered.
What? A body?
Oh.
Oh my god, he was doing the Monokuma thing. Sorry, at this point, we're not doing that this time. Get to searching. You must still be around here somewhere. We're just going to go before you interrupted. Think you used the power about it to escape roam free again. What a pickle. You should have realized this. Like, 100% you should have realized this. You should have killed him when you had the chance to, you know? This is where your mercy has gotten you. He's trying to teach us a lesson. Is he Now, I don't think he let EITO... I'm not saying he let EITO out of the cage, but he's taking advantage of these moments to teach us a lesson. This is what you should have done. You should have done this. Now, if he did let EITO out of the cage, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. But I don't think even he would do that because he didn't let him out of the cage the first time around, remember? He just didn't. But I'm saying that he's using this as a way to teach us a lesson now. And it's honestly not great. It's not great at all to do that. Everyone's a bit worried. I was like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he let it out of the cage. But now, again, I don't know anymore. I don't know. He electrocuted us. But I do think that now that it's happened, he's going to try and use this as a way to, like, keep us in line. If his escape is causing this much of a panic, he really must be as bad a guy as you say. He's pretty bad. He'd have balled up some blankets and things to make it look like he was still in bed. It's all tricks so we wouldn't notice he had escaped. You should have killed EITO when you had the chance. What was the point of keeping him alive if he wasn't going to be useful anyway? See what I mean? And it also, like, you know, makes us like real, like, again, for Saray, he's been trying to keep us on the straight and narrow path of being more brutal all this time and knuckling down. 100% he's going to use this as a way to make everyone else influence us as well. A direct impact to the heart can activate him and Anima without an infuser? Who would be crazy enough to try that? EITO has become quite the problem for all of us. What do you propose we do now, team leader? Is there... Mr. Suki must have taken advantage of Blackout a few days ago. The equipment is disrupted Hanma would have stopped functioning, giving an opportunity to escape. That EITO's got some nerve trying to escape from us. We'll see how smart he is after I give a patented Mohiro Brain Buster. Brain Buster is when you lift someone up. Their head is under your arm. You lift them up and their legs are pointing right up and their head is still in between your arm as you hold onto their waist. And then you drop right down on the top of their head. That's a Brain Buster. It's very dangerous. You shouldn't actually do it. What EITO is thinking, even if you got away from the school, there's nowhere else for him to go. It's EITO. You said he wants to, like, destroy all humanity, right? We can't let someone like that run around on his own. Damn, if he really got out of his cage 2 days ago, he could be anywhere by now. Yeah. Honestly, that's the thing. He could be anywhere by now. I was trying to see if there's any other character over there, but I think everyone's here as well. Do you have any idea where EITO could have gone? Beats me. I've been shut up in my infirmary the whole time. Can't you tell one thing, though? I can't tell you one thing, though. There it is. There it is. Oh, my God. So we wouldn't even notice if he went on exploration. This EITO is, like, really smart with this stuff. One of the fire extinguishers in the entrance hall has been... And you know what the funny thing is? Yes, we should have realized EITO was being quiet, but you know what my counter to that is? Takumi was probably happy he wasn't even saying anything. And he was. He was just like, oh my God, I don't even have to deal with EITO right now. He didn't even think about that in that moment. A replica? Must have come for the gift-o-matic. It's only a paper mache, but at a glance, it's surprising. If it's, yeah, we didn't even go exploring this time around. I can only assume Mitsuki put it there himself to made off with the real one. Holy hell, EITO. That would mean he's no longer on school grounds. I know I wouldn't want to stick around if I was one in his shoes. Not much point escaping. We're just going to be locked up again. Well, at least we know he's not lurking around here somewhere, which would be terrifying. Don't let your guard down. He could come back and kill you in your sleep at any time. His defect has given him a deep-seated hatred of humanity. He's not about to change his ways so easily. Don't scare us like that. Like, honestly, everyone is going to sleep with one eye open, but I think then we should have watches, right, of the front door. We should have like 2 people. Actually, you know what? It's EITO. 4 people on watch every night. Genuinely. Like, EITO is like, we can deny all we want. I can say I don't like EITO, which I'm not a big fan of EITO. But the fact is, on the battlefield, insanely useful. You know? Well, that's just great. Of all the wild cards to have on the loose, he's incredibly tough, incredibly resourceful, incredibly manipulative. Like, it is scary. Bet you wish you listened to when I told you to kill him, huh? See what I mean? I don't think he let him out of the cage. If he did, that would be crazy, right? But he's using this as an opportunity, because it would affect the mission, but he's using it as an opportunity to put us in our place. This route really feels like Saray is like trying to embrace control and solidify control. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't our captive commander escape in your timeline, Takumi? Hey. Yeah, it turned out EITO let her go. And she didn't just escape, she kidnapped Ima and took him with it. Is there a chance that the same thing happened this time? No, because I say Saray still has her, right? What? Of all of us, Kako looked the most disturbed by this idea because of what happened to Ima. Oh no. Are they saying that EITO could have taken Ima? I haven't seen Ima for oh, I swear to God, EITO, you're done. We haven't seen him for a couple of days. I'll go check on him. I swear to God, he's not in his... No! What the freaking hell? Huh? I went to see him before breakfast. I wanted to talk to him about something. That's why she was looking at the freaking doorway the whole time. The door to his room is open, but there's nobody inside. You don't think that crazy bastard took off with him? Ima was kidnapped again by EITO this time? I swear to God. Then what are we waiting for? We have to go rescue him now. But we don't even know where they are. If you won't save my dear brother, I will. I'll go by myself if you have to. You're not going anywhere by yourself. I will go with you wherever you need to go. Wherever you need to go, but we have to talk about this as well. You can't do that. It's too dangerous. I have to. If anything happens to him, Kako. I said so many mean things to him. I still haven't apologized. I feel so bad for her, but I swear to God, we do have to save him. He's always protecting me and I haven't done anything to repay him. He doesn't see it that way, Kako, at all. I know he can be intense and a little goofy sometimes, but he's my dear brother. He's the most important person in the world to me. I know, we know. We for sure know.
So if he's in danger, I have to do something about it. Isn't that what we're doing here? Protecting the people who matter most
It's true.
to us?
It's true what she's saying. It is true what she's saying. I swear to God, EITO. What are you interrupted for? Genuinely, I'm so, like, frustrated, man. And, like, I feel helpless. What is it? Can't you see we're having a moment here? Thank you, Kurata. I know, but well, look over there. Oh my God! He was there the whole time listening to the conversation. Thank God. Okay, EITO has escaped. He escaped from here and escaped the forever. Like if he kidnapped Ima, would have been done. I would have been done. I would have like I know I already don't like him, but I'm saying like he would have been just like, okay, we gotta like do something. I know we're doing like different choices, but you get what I'm saying. It would have been very, very frustrating, very, very upsetting. Oh my freaking God! Just shows up at this moment as well. And he heard everything. He heard everything. Brother dearest. Hey, sister dearest, is it me? Or has it been a while? Oh my God, I've never been so happy to see his beautiful hair and his smiley face. Where have you been? We thought you went missing. You weren't in your room and I haven't seen you in days. I've been outside mostly, outside the school, but I'm still inside the wall. What have you been doing out here? Thinking mostly. Oh my God, he was lost in thought. I have never been so relieved to see Ima. After what happened to Ima in the first timeline, I'm so glad to see this boy again. It's always been my mission in life to keep my dear sister safe, but I realize now that I've been too dependent on her. You've been too dependent on her too? Oh yes, okay. What? I wanted some time alone to really think about this, to find myself, if you will. I even camped out at night. Wow, that's like, that's big. To spend all the time out there at night? You were right outside this whole time? That's right, and I came to a very important conclusion. If you really care about someone, you have to be prepared for them to change and grow as a person. That's very, very mature. Now that I've realized that, I think I could be a better brother to you than ever. Fantastic. But the dearest. Anyway, I was just getting hungry when I found you all here. Oh my God. He was like, he literally probably didn't eat outside. And he was like, I better get some food. And on the way to the cafeteria, he's like, huh? And then heard the conversation. I'm on a commotion. I never expected to come back to this kind of reaction. Honestly, like, I know this sounds really strange, but like, can you imagine coming back and finding so many people ready to like go to war for you? You know what I mean? He knows he's loved. And again, you never want to hear that anyway because it's upsetting, but he knows he is loved. I'm worried sick about you. You could have at least told me someone where you were going. That is true. Oh, but I did. I believe my exact words were, I want to be alone for a while. Let everyone know I'm going to be camping outside for a few days. Wait, who'd you tell that to?
Aha!
Nigo, oh my freaking God. Because you did, I completely forgot. I want to get these two ghost guys and put them in the cage. What, for real? You caused so much, oh my. And Emo was being responsible. He went to like one of the commanding officers and said like, hey, can you let my sister know that I'll be out here? He was being actually really responsible. The truth is, I actually remembered it about halfway through your discussion, but couldn't find a good time to... Get in the cage. Get in the cage now. Get in the cage. I promise I should stay quiet and just hope it wouldn't work out. I'm so sorry. Get in the cage. You've been shockingly useless in the past, but this really takes the cake. You're not even good as a message board. Kurata, right? This is let's take the word useless out of it, right? We're supposed to rely on Saray and Nigo, right? As like our commanding officers and the people above us, right? If they can't even like do this like one task to avoid unnecessary conflict and trauma, you know what I mean? Ima took the time to be like, I should be responsible and not worry anybody, right? Personally, I'm glad Nico forgot. I might never heard your honest. Yeah, Eva's like, I got to hear how much everyone loves me. What? How long were you listening? From around when the theory of me getting kidnapped came up. So Eva walked in on people talking about him getting kidnapped. So he basically heard everything. When he said I was the most important person in the world to you, it was all I could do to stop myself from bursting into tears of joy. Oh, Eva. And again, here's the thing, right? From my perspective, I would be like so sad to hear this as well because I wouldn't want to hear someone distressing over me like that. But I guess like there was such like a bad situation between the two of them now that like hearing how much they love each other from both perspectives is a really good thing as well. I guess Kako doesn't have to say it again, I guess. And your determination to rescue me shows how much you've grown since we got here. She has grown. I guess. See, Kako, I told you complete honesty was the way to go. This isn't exactly what I had in mind, but you still managed to make up with Ima, right? Yeah. This works out great for me too. It's been hard being apart from you for so long. That said, things are going to be different from now on. We're going to have much more equal relationship. I'm done being overprotective and over-reliant on you, sister dearest. That's brilliant. And for him, his perspective, he's like, I've been reliant on the love I have for Kako as well. But the dearest. You should stop calling me that too. I may be your older brother, but we were born at the same time. Let's just call each other by our names, okay, Kako? We got this beautiful moment where they had this realization in the first timeline, and we get it again. I told you can have the best of both worlds and have your cake and eat it too. Let's do that, Ima. Of course, Takawara is crying. All right, what you decides to smoke jerky out here. That stuff's murder on my sinuses. You're such a tough guy. You sure do cry a lot, and I love it. You should be able to. I don't love that he cries, but you should be able to cry whenever you want. We left Kako and Ima in the courtyard after everything that had happened. They deserved a little privacy. 100%. Talk amongst yourself now, right? A beautiful end sequence to that as well. With nothing else much to do, we went back to our rooms. I'm glad the twins patched things up, but there's still one unsolved problem. Where did EITO go? What would he even do outside the school? With no infuser? Well, whatever he's planning, it's not going to work. I'll do whatever it takes to stop him ruining things again. It won't turn out like it did before. I won't let him. So, we're going to end the video here and talk about all the stuff that just happened in this episode. What we just had there with the Kako situation and the Ima situation, like, it's beautiful in a Last Defense Academy way, right? Because again, as I said, like most, like it's the situation that they had there. It's not normal. And I don't mean to say like, oh, they're weird. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's not normal in the sense that she knows Ima died in a different timeline. She knows that she was independent in a different timeline. She saw Ima like technically get killed before he got revived in front of her this time as well. She thought that he was getting kidnapped by someone again. Ima went off to do, find out things on his own as well. This was a different thing from what happened in the first timeline, but you can't, you know what I mean? Like for me, I would feel like if someone was crying over me, like I'd feel, a sadness. But I think it's a good thing that what turned out here is that they both use this as a way to be like, okay, Kako doesn't have to say anything now. She said everything there in that moment, and he saw her determination. And from Ima's perspective, he got to think by himself, have this moment by himself, in a very mature, right? Being like, okay, I'll just stay by myself. I told someone where I'm going to be, and I'll be by myself for a bit. I think that it turned out the best possible way it could under the circumstances. And when I said they could have their cake and eat it too, I meant it. Kako now is going to be able to branch out and be independent, while also at the same time still have the love and admiration of her brother as well, which I think is a good thing. There was a lot that happened in this episode, right? There was a lot that happened in this episode. We got shocked by Saray or Nigo when trying to get some information on. We now know that from the invaders' perspective, at least from what Ava said, that we were the ones from their perspective that attacked first, and not only that, but we're the invaders. They believe that. Now, how much of that is true, we don't know, but does that solidify, like, you know what I mean? The way Nigo or Saray tried to cover it up, does that solidify it to you guys as well? In your opinion as well? Because to me, like, if someone like, because he could, like I said, he could come in and be like, hey, why would you believe this? She tried to kill you. You know what I mean? But instead we got a shock, an electric shock, and he changed something in our mind is what I know he did. He must have, to make us now trust Soraya even more. At every moment of this playthrough so far in this timeline, Soraya has been trying to like make sure that they have authority in every moment. They've been making sure we don't talk about things for too long, don't think about things for too long. When we get any new information, he shuts it down and makes sure we don't talk about it at that point as well. He's been trying to make sure we get as little information as possible. That's why I think. Because he just wants us to fight. And now on top of the thing that's going to happen to Ava, which I totally disagree with, we also have a thing where EITO escaped as well. EITO escaping from his cage is terrifying. As we said, he is one of the best fighters in this game. He's one of the best characters on the field, on the battlefield. He's cunning, he's manipulative, he's smart, he could do anything, he could be doing anything, he could decide to do anything. Whatever he's doing, terrifying. Because he is smart. He's a smart character. He's manipulative. As you said, he's strong. So really, like, you know, what Soraya said was to scare us in a way, and I feel like, again, it was trying to solidify his commandership again when he was said to us, you know, you should have killed him in the first place, was a way to be like, listen to me, right? But also at the same time, I feel like when he also said that when he tried to scare us with the thing, when he said like, oh, EITO could come in at any moment to kill any of you. While that is like just trying to, I feel like it is again trying to solidify how dangerous this is. I think at the same time too, he wants us a little on edge. He wants us being a little bit protective. He wants us being a little bit worried about stuff. You know what I mean? And he wants us to always, and in a way, I think he probably wants people to question Takami's leadership in a way, right? He either wants to solidify Takami's leadership, or he probably wants people to be like, Soraya is always right. Soraya is constantly right. At least that's the way I look at it. You know, we had FB come in as well, talk to us at the same time. He tried to warn us about something that was happening with Ava. But again, something is in our mind that's like changed our cognition. We now truly believe that Soraya is looking out for us at all times. They threw a curveball on me with this EITO stuff, because I thought EITO was going to be the one to be like, hey, let me explain what happened to them. You know, I'll give you some information, because he wanted to stir things up a little bit. But that's not what happened. He's now escaped, which means he's on the run, which is terrifying. And we have to figure out what's going to happen with that as well going forward. So much happened in this episode. You know, from the reveals, the stuff with Kako and Ema, which again, I think in the most beautiful way possible. As I said, it's not a normal situation. It is a crazy situation that they've had to go through. Their whole lives, they've gone through horrible stuff. And now they have to like, can you imagine having to like reconcile under the magnifying glass, not only of everyone around you, but under the circumstances they're in? I think it turned out better than you could possibly hope for under the circumstances. And I think Ema was very mature to go outside and think about this stuff. I think Kako was very mature to come to Takami for advice. I think, and it doesn't have to be mature, I think it's just very, very smart of them to do that. They both took steps in order to reconcile while also creating a new dynamic. And I think that was very smart. A lot of scary stuff going on ahead. I do not trust Soraya or Ego at all. And I want to say thank you so much to my patrons and all this stuff at the highest tier of my YouTube, at the Patreon. That being Tyfire2, Jamie Bull, Janet Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Adusta, Death Trap, Links Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leon, High Casparian, Jared Beanham, at the highest tier of my YouTube role, Jim 7 and Blasco, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.